Flosstube. It's Elisa with E Crafting in Colorado. Today is November 20th, 2022 on a Sunday afternoon, and this will be Flosstube number 15, coming to you with the November update as to how things have come along. I reached a huge milestone. If you haven't seen it before on Instagram or Facebook, I finished my first HAED. Yeah, finally finished that, Birds in Bloom. So I think we'll just hop right into it and just start sharing with you guys this go around on Flosstube. Oh, and for those that are new to the channel, thank you and welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch. If you're interested about cross stitch, hey, stick around and hope you like something that appeals to you. I primarily stitch full coverage pieces. So going back to this, I finished Birds in Bloom by Aimee Stuart. Oh, darn it, got a sun glare. And there's all 189,950 stitches. And ignore this little. So that's where we were. I have not ironed it. I have washed it. As I worked on it to finish it off, I worked on it from the bottom up and then over. So I had this section right in here to be the finishing area, and I am so glad that's what I did, because this was still a lot of confetti. I think in one of my last videos I had told you that I had like, I don't know, this much left to do, and I still had 90 colors. Not 90 colors, I had 85 colors left to finish on this. So that just tells you that there's a lot of confetti in this piece. Excuse me. And it got down to basically 3 colors right in here is where I finished it off at. So there she is, all done. Started this in 2017, and I have column lines, as you can see there. I'm really disappointed, and the reason why I have these column lines is because right in here you can see them. So I know I'm never going to do that again. I really prefer cross country. Let me stand back and see if you can. There we go. I started this project before Pattern Keeper. That's how old this piece is. What would we call it? PPP or PPK? Pre-Pattern Keeper? Say that 3 times real fast. So I started this with paper and highlighters and quickly moved it over to Pattern Keeper once I learned about that. So you aren't going to see this bad boy anymore until I get it framed. And I'm thinking I'm going to frame it fairly soon. I'm going to have it professionally framed. So I have at my job, we have a thing where you get points and money, and you know, one of those where you get these cheesy little gifts and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to buy any of this stuff, where you can cash out. So that's what I decided. I'm going to cash that out and pay for this to get framed. So one other last thing, if you guys remember, I think it was on my first Flosstube, I stitched this to the back of it. So, and it's still in there because I stitched right over that fabric and I wasn't going to pull it all out. So, but looking at this from afar, that darn sunlight. Excuse all the coughing and the sniffles and stuff. Yeah, here we go. The question is, would I do this again? And the answer is no. I would not do this pattern again. This pattern, I love bright colors. I am not really a pink and purple person. I'm more primary colors. So, I think the answer to that is, would I do this again? No, I wouldn't do it again. I think I'm just sick of it. That's probably what it is. I'm happy with the result, but I don't know. I'm glad it's done. I'm very glad it's done. I was hoping to have this done by the end of November, so obviously that I met that goal. Let's see, I finished it last Sunday. That's when I finished it. So with everything that was going on in my life the last few months, I'm really glad to have this finished. I don't really have these colors so much in my house. I have more blues, reds, greens, teals, and not so much pinks and purples. So yes, I'm glad it's done. But if I was to do this again as a full coverage piece, I don't think I would. So, but yeah, I'm definitely getting it framed for working on this. I started this in February of 2017, so it's 5 3/4 of a year that it took me to stitch this. And it used to be I would be able to, my goal before Pattern Keeper was to stitch 1 page a month, and I didn't look at how many pages are in this. Forgot to look that up for you, but yeah, so a huge finish. Woohoo! Huge finish. Let me take a I'm sorry, I have been sick again, so I'll talk about that later. All right, another project that I decided, now that we're still in fall, but here in Colorado, we've gotten quite a few measurable snows. I think Thursday we got 6 inches, so that was quite a bit. I have decided to work on Kiss for a Snowman every time it snows. That way I can get some good progress in on this piece. So I worked on this basically all this last week because we had snow almost every day. So here's the little snowmans. We got the head, filled in some pieces and that hat. And what's really funny is, look at, they've got some blank spots here for its hat, which there's no stitching there, which I think is kind of strange, but there's going to be French knots on top of this as snow, so I'm wondering if that's not what the goal was, to make it look like snow, 3-dimensional. This is the little girl's glove. This will be his scarf. His scarf, and then I got his little body done there, and his goofy little arm. Look at his little arm going. So we got that in, and yeah, so it's looking good. I think once I get all of the snowman's face done there, I'm gonna go in and do all the back stitching on the hat. There's not a ton of back stitching on here, so it should go pretty quick. But yeah, the little guy's looking pretty cute. So so there's that. So I'm gonna keep this one out because we've had several snows already this year. I think it started maybe a day or two before Halloween, and it's just been going from there. So this next one, this is the next project that I'm going to be focusing on. Let me pull this out here. My little, because it's gonna need. Oh, this is, I think I've never done this before, right? Dimensions kit called Into the Light. I started this one also in 2017, but I want to have this one finished by the end of 2022 as well. So I'm focusing right in this area, which is basically, it's going to be, once I get there, pardon me, mostly all 10 stitch or half crosses. So here's where we are on this guy. So the reason why I think what I'm going to do is because I need my mag light to work on this because of the black fabric. I think after Thanksgiving, so after this Thursday, I'm gonna have a bunch of people over for a meal on Thursday. I'm gonna bring my mag light upstairs, which is where I primarily stitch, so I can really kind of bang this bad boy out and get it done. So yeah, hopefully, what have we got? Maybe 6 weeks left of the year? I think 6 weeks, I can't remember. Maybe 5, 6. So, and I'm hoping to have time off in between Christmas and New Year. So, with that time off, I should have this done. But yeah, he's looking pretty good. Yep, those blue eyes. Oh yeah. And I stitched this for my husband. This will be a gift for him. So, because he loves his tigers. So, there's that one. Whoops. All right. I have a restart. Ottoman tiles. This project. Last time we talked, I had discussed with you different, either a toile or a metal floss, and somebody told me that metallic floss was the devil's butt. She's like, I ain't using it. So I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to stitch with the devil's butt. So I tried pulling out what I had stitched around this little square here, and it wrecked it. It just was a nightmare to get it out. So guess what? And I'd always been kind of questioning if I should, because it was 2/1, 20 count, full cross, and it was very thick, very dense, and I don't even know where I put it now. I think I was just chopped it off and I chucked it. So now I am doing this. One thread full cross on 20 count. And that actually, it doesn't look that bad, right? And I found another color of a toile with the sparkle in it, just a lighter color that I think is going to work with this. And if you remember, these are, I'm stitching this as an entire rectangle. and any of these oranges will be teals. So that is, and the reason why I'm going to use this color is because this, or not this, these triangles are the same color as these dark, what looks like black squares, and I want to have a stitched block so that you can see the different they're not symbols, they're squares versus triangles. What are those? I don't know. I'm on cold medicine, so I can't think. But yeah, so this is where I am, a restart. It took me a night to pull all that out, and it was a mess. I'm like, okay, we're redoing this. Because I'd been second guessing myself the entire time. I'm like, okay, well, this is telling me it's time to restart this. Okay. And the last one that I worked on this go around, I'm doing a collab with Stitching Jewels from Stitching Jewels Design. And this is, she gave me this pattern called Swinging Girl. It's a watercolor. I think, look at it as a watercolor type piece of a girl swinging. And I am now at, let's see, 11.58%. So this is going really fast, really super fast on this. I think I've only stitched on this 3 or 4 times. But I want to make sure that I get this out at least a day or 2 each month so that I can complete this for her. I don't want her to, because she's trying to build her portfolio of projects. And I think once I stitch this up, I'm just going to give it to her because it will help her in her business. So yeah, so that's where we are. This is 20 count Ada, and I'm surprised at this because I worked on this today. This is 2/1 tent stitch, and when I do these full coverage projects, I primarily like tent stitch just because I have so many projects that I want to work on that I'll never finish them if I do full cross. I'll never finish them. So, all right, so that's what I worked on for the month of mid-October through mid-November. Can't believe it's the 20th of November and we're gonna be coming to the end of this year. This year is just flown by. So, looking at my plans for when I want to stitch the rest of this year, now that I have Birds in Bloom done. That was my primary focus throughout 2022, 2021. That was my focus. I'm done. I'm glad it's over. I'm not really gonna pinpoint one project, except for that I do want to try to finish one full coverage project next year. That's what I really want to do. Oh, and if you look here, I rearranged my stuff back here. I gotta show you this. This is something this year that a girlfriend made me. She used to have this business. These are all, and I just wanted to showcase this for her. She doesn't do this anymore, but she was. So she made mostly bird baths out of old tea plates and platters and things like that that she would find at the thrift store. So here you've got a small plate, then a cup. Let me move this. This is a candle holder. I think it's upside down. I think it's upside down. And then we have a teapot, and then the lid on there. How adorable is that? And I have several pieces of hers that she and another friend were selling. Please stick this back up here. They were selling at craft fairs, and so anytime they've done Western stuff, you know, more ornate, delicate stuff. So enough about her, but yeah, she's a good friend, and I just love that, and I wanted to be sure to share that little piece with you. All right, plans for 2023. I think I just totally went off a rampage there. Plans for 2023. I do want to finish one full coverage piece. That is the goal. But I don't want it to be so intense where I've got to get it done, I want to do that sweewee, stitch what you want when you want. I did join the Whip Warriors group. Used to be No New Starts. I haven't actually had a chance to read what group does what. Before it was No New Starts. You had to have, I think it was 200 stitches on any project, and then you couldn't start anything for that year. Yeah, I'm not doing that again, because I was like, oh, and that's so the beginning of January this year. I think I started 5 or 6 massive projects. So tonight, I was gridding my fabric last night. Tonight, I am starting this Ye Old Craft Room by Cyril Marchetti. Yep, and there's so many cool little things in here that you didn't know. There's a little parakeet, and then the cutest one. Let me see if I can't get you guys close enough to this. For those of you who are cat lovers, okay, there's a little cat, but above this light, that is a little hanging mouse. How cute is that? So, these colors, these primary colors, heck yeah. Woohoo! So, something else about this, I think there are 43,000 stitches of black. Okay. I do have a cone of shame in 310, which is what, do you think this is the smaller cone of shame? Will this be enough? Or I should say, since I've got some really large projects that I've got going, I've been basically planning on just using this. I don't want to get into a dye lot issue on some of these projects. So do I dedicate one cone of to this? That's my question. So, but yeah, I'm just so looking forward to this. So I don't know. This is just cool. It's a cool old picture, and I really like Cyril Marchetti's patterns. So I'm starting this tonight. I think I just mentioned that. I'm gonna say it again. Starting that tonight. Will I need to buy another one? Because I have other large HAEDs that I've been using this for. So again, I don't want to get into a dye lot issue. I'm hoping this would be enough, but I think there's another large one. I got this, for those of you who are in the States, I got this off of Joann's. You can get these pretty darn cheap. They only have certain colors, but you can use a 50% off coupon once in a while, and that helps a lot. Okay. Another one I'm planning on starting, I don't have it printed, is Stitching Mommy's Temperature Tree, which you all have seen that. I want to start doing the branches and the tree trunk itself before we get into the leaves. The thing I want to do different than I think I've seen anyone else do is I want to dye my fabric, maybe like going from green, a transitional green up to blue fabric. That's the plan. And I want to do that over the holidays when I have time off from work and try that. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, all right. Another one. I forgot that I had agreed to do a stitch along with blushing pink stitches. I'll have to put her down below. I'm not sure exactly, but I love her channel. She's got some great projects. But I agreed to start this, I think with a few others, Flea Market Flowers on December 10th. Not stitched anything like this before since I've been back to stitching. So this, I think it's gonna be fun to try this. And I'm just gonna use the DMC, which is what that's on there. It asks for a 14 count Aida, which I'm not sure I want it that large. So, but it's all, it's kitted up. I just don't remember what fabric I got. I think it's just a plain white Aida. So, December 10th. If anybody wants to join us, not that I'm in the lead, but if anybody else would like to join stitching this, hey, more the merrier. So, and then what I have planned right now for my new start, and it's all prepped, ready to go. I'm gonna start this one, Beautiful Simplicity by the Stitching Moon. This is a picture that she took in Norway. So she's a stitcher from the US who lives in Norway with her family. And she took this picture, and I love this picture. Again, primary colors. So, yeah, and I love the reflections in that. So this will be started on January 1st. So, from there, I have a little bit of haul. I think the day after I did my last Flosstube, I went to my little used craft store and saw the owner there, Liz. So, hi, Liz. It's good to see. It was great to see you and see that the shop is doing well. And I always love visiting your shop. And I found a few little patterns here. I got this one, 4 Seasons, from the trilogy. So snowman, flower, watermelon, and an autumn leaf. And then these 3 little girls are all little house needleworks. Not sure if or when I'll ever do them, but this one is called April. She's cute with her little watering can. This one is May, and she kind of looks like my Holly Hobby. And my Holly Hobby is, I moved her. Oh, she's not up there. Here she is. I need to put her back up here. There she is. There's my Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby's right there. So, I was dusting and I forgot to put her back. All right, so I might have to stitch her and put her next to Holly Hobby, right? And then this last one here is March. This little girl with her little green outfit. Cute. So I got those. And then this other one I was really excited to find. This book from Susan Bates, Floral Beauty in cross stitch. And there's some great patterns in here. So I really like that heart. And then see, there's some nice ones. I like the sunflower and this one. So these top two. But yeah, so I got this book as well. And it's a really nice book. And this was a print. They distributed it or published it in 2019. So this book is not that old. And it's basically brand new. So I was excited to find that. Oh, and before I forget, I can't believe I forgot I'm going to start my floss tube with this. Yesterday, it was so exciting because I was at Hobby Lobby and I was shopping and I was going through the checkout lane, and as I was paying, one of the purchases fell, dropped, and crashed, and so I was running off to go grab another one, and this sweet lady, her name is Vicky, she goes, Elisa! I'm like, oops. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, she goes, do you remember me? And we had met one time, but she remembered me from Flosstube, so I was like, so I was so excited to finally see somebody that recognized me from Flosstube. How cool is that? So we chatted for a little bit because she was in line and I had people waiting for me. But Vicky, you and your husband made my day yesterday. I was so excited that I got in the car texting my husband, somebody just recognized me from Flosstube. So it was great seeing you both. So anyway, some of the purchases that I got yesterday, I'm going to put that with this. I'll put it all with these. Okay, so I'm sorry, kind of bouncing around here today. I think I told you that I want to make some gifts for some friends for our 20-year anniversary when we get together. For our 20-year crop or craft retreat that we go to. I'm pretty much set on now doing or trying embroidery. I think that might be a little faster than cross stitch. And so what I am thinking of doing is we all go to a convention every year. Well, this year will be our first year going back to these conventions, let me put it that way. And we all wear badges when we go to these conventions. And so I am wanting to make a little, like a button. And this is an example of what I currently have. It's almost like a needle minder, this thing. This is just a metal thing because there's a magnet on the back. So you hang this, and then your badge, this is the little clasp that holds the plastic thing that holds the name of the convention, and you put your name so you can hold it like this, right? So, and I've saved some things off of Pinterest just so I can kind of give you examples of what I want to do. Oh, this is darn. Right, okay, I'm going to try to add pictures here. I'm going to add a few pictures here. I just want to do a little button with just a couple of flowers, and then that will be what's holding their badge. So just a few little flowers, and then they can have that, because I want the gift that I'm going to make them something useful to them, not something that's just like, oh yeah, you made me some cookies, okay, thanks, chomp chomp, and you're done. No, I want this to be a memorable piece, and so I'm thinking that this might be a good idea, hoping, and I know, and if you look at these can't take that long with how sweet these are. And then hopefully I can show you this. Oh gosh darn it. But it's just basically like 3 little flowers and with a couple of leaves. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's something useful. And here's like another one I thought was really cute. Look at that daisy. So that's my idea. I'm hoping. And if I have to make 20 of those, I could do those throughout the year. And I have other friends that if I make too many, I can give them to, you know. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going back to the first one here. This one's too light. Okay, so I'm going to have to put the picture in to show you. So anyway, going back, that's my plan is, and Alara was kind enough to gift me a class on how to learn embroidery. So when I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, they had all of these little patterns that I thought, okay, and they were all at 99 cents. But I mean, these little things are really cute. And I want them fuller, like this, you know? And the little berries, those are just little French knots. And I don't mind French knots, you know? I don't mind that at all. So, or later on, stitch something with my friend's initials on there. Yeah, isn't that cute? And then here's another little one with bees on it. Look at those little boots with the flowers coming out of it. So I picked those up at Hobby Lobby. And then I also found these books off of Amazon. A step-by-step guide to more than 200 stitches. So this is it just shows you exactly what the stitch names are, because I'm a very visual person. I need as much, you know, it's not like cross stitch. I need to see how you do these, you know, the feathering and the knots and whatever. And then this other book that I picked up, it's called Foolproof Flower Embroidery. I need all the foolproof stuff I can get. But this is a nice book too. Sorry about that glare. Aren't those pretty? So, again, just a couple of little flowers. That's all I want. Or maybe just like this little guy here, you know. But it gives you some nice. I mean, it doesn't have this one. Has okay ideas. I mean, I like that other one better. But these can do, these are more like 3D, which is kind of cool. 3D flowers. And like this one, so you take, I've watched a few videos where you take your needle and you wrap it around it, or you wrap the thread around it like 10 times, and then you stick it in and you pull the thread through, and it makes that little, where'd that go? It makes those little things there. Isn't that cool? And it's the same thing there. That can't be that hard. So I'm really looking forward to, and then you can do it with beads too, which I thought, okay, like a daisy. Here, this little box. How cute is that? I love that. And then I've been watching Christine from Calico Whimsy with all of her felt ornaments that she's making. I'm like, okay, I want to do something with felt, because that would be really cool too. Just a shirt. Look at this cute bear. Oh, now I wouldn't ever make that, but it sure would be cute. and this little, it's like a needle book. Really pretty. I don't care for that felt background, the yellow, mustard yellow, but you know, choose your own thing. So that's my plan. That's my plan for those gifts that I talked about the last time. So I found those. Okay, a couple other things that I found at Hobby Lobby, and these are more for finishing. Ooh, sorry, it's later in the afternoon, so the sun's starting to set and comes in. All right, so I found these. Well, found these two things. They're more for finishing. Hobby Lobby was having all of their fall stuff 75% off. So I only found one of these, and I've seen a couple of other ladies. This is simple, you know. So this was $7, whatever 75% off is, so $1 something. I got this. So you can either paint this and then just glue your own project boop right on here, because I don't want count your blessings. But how simple of a finish is that? Okay, so I found that. Then I found these at the Dollar Tree. This is, let me show you. It's a leaf, and it lays there like that. I would put different paper on there, and then you could put a little stitch thing on there, but for $1.25, woo, sorry if that hurt your headphones. For $1.25, I thought that was a really cute little thing I could, and that finishing, that's nothing to do that with. So I found that. And then the one thing that I was super excited about, this was $5 at the Dollar Tree, because they have raised their prices on some things. Okay, this was Christmas. I don't want it Christmas. I am going to take this apart. Ooh, that darn sun. It's a door. Look at that door. Let me stand. Okay, there you go. So it's a door. I am going to rip this nasty wreath over here, this nasty, pathetic wreath. I'm going to make my own for, I'm going to make this seasonal. So make one for winter, fall, and I think I'm going to do spring and summer together. Spring and summer together as one thing. And then this little sign here, look at how cute this is. And this is just on a screw, and you can put a stitch thing in there. So isn't that cute? And I'm thinking of hanging that up there. I had it. Look at this nasty pine cone. Oh man, this wreath is pathetic. But yeah, look at this pine cone that was in there. Yeah, let's go in the trash. I have this spot by our back door, and it had, before we remodeled our house, it has where you used to use your phone, you know, a house line, and we've got that, and I need to take it off. And I was like, oh, this might be able to lay right over the top of that, so I can get rid of all of that, because we've never used that phone line connector thing, but I want to hide that. But this just wasn't big enough, wide enough, but I still want to put this together. So I think that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be my next little, I might do this over, well, I gotta stitch something first, you know? That's the well, I could just use some scrapbook stickers or something and put in there until, but I think that's going to be a fun little, that darn sun. I think that'll be fun finish. that's it for my Flosstube life update. Oh, if you're interested, thank you for joining me, but the life update is not going to be anything spectacular. So if you want to stick around, fine, and if you don't, thank you for joining me. Life update. I have been sick, and that's how I got Birds in Bloom done. Truly, that's how I got Birds in Bloom done, because we went out with some friends for dinner one night. I had a great time with this couple. The next morning we were together with them in the morning with another friend, the 5 of us, all in one car group, and 4 of the 5 got sick. 2, the couple that we went to eat with, ended up getting COVID, and then another, the kid that comes over every Thursday, he and I got sick, and we're still coughing and hacking and sniffling and stuff. And the one person who didn't get sick is my husband, because I call him the man of steel. Because no germs, no bugs, no anything want to be a part of him. Seriously, if we get bug bites, everybody gets a bug bite but him. No germs, no anything wants to be a part of him. So it's just our little joke here. But yeah, I've been sick for several weeks, and our friends who ended up getting COVID, they're still sick. So yeah, they tested again, I think 2 days ago, and they still got it. So they're homebound. But I tested, and our other friend tested, and he doesn't have it either. So it's just a really nasty cold that's going around. So all right, guys. Cruz, you want to say hi real quick? Oh, so Cruz is gonna get a grooming. Can you say hi to everybody? Yeah, Cruz is gonna get a grooming next Tuesday, aren't ya? And then we're just this Thursday, we're having friends over. We're gonna play games and have a good time, and with my mom, because we want my mom to be a part of us, our family. So anyway, thank you for joining us today. Hope you all are well and safe, and look forward to visiting with you on the next time. Thanks, Flosstube. Bye-bye.